Hey there, friends and neighbors. I'm getting about suited up here. We're ready to finish this knife. Welcome to part 3 of the knife build, multi-build series. Going through the steps that I take, the process I do to make me a knife. This knife here, to catch you up on, this is a knife for a customer that lost a knife that I made him previously. It's the same pattern. This is my Micanopy pattern. Micanopy, after one of the towns here in Florida. So it's got mahogany handles. It's got stainless steel pins. So we're ready to get this thing, see this thing to the finish line, per se. So let's get this thing ready. I've already kind of flushed the pins. Where I took the hacksaw and flushed the pins level with the handle, the wood, and it's ready to go. I do got a little bit of glue up here. I am going to leave the forged finish on it. Usually I'll go and sometimes just go ahead and hand sand this bevel out and kind of give it a nice little contrast. But I think I'm going to leave it like this. Kind of like that rustic look to it. So let's dig in. We're wasting time with all this talking. So let's get to it. Welcome to Swanee Valley Knives. Here we go. All right, it's going to be a loud noise. I'm going to start out with this used 40 grit and work my way up to a 120. And I'm going to start the hand sanding from there. Just go ahead and just get the where it starts to kiss the metal. Just get the basic outline of the handle, and then start working in the contours and everything like that. So let's get to it. Let's get busy and put this on and all that good stuff. We are ready. Are we rolling? Rolling. Last time I was recording this, the camera shut off. Let's do this. Hit it. Yeah, this video is going to get a little long-winded because we want to see this knife to the end. I can never predict how long it's actually going to take because I take my time, because I want that quality, I went ahead and stopped at a 120 belt on a machine. Now I'm going to continue on with the hand sanding. I'm going to start on a 240 and work my way up to 1,000. I have it up to 1,000, but it skips a few grits because the set that I buy offline, it goes up from 80 to 1,000, but it doesn't have in succession of each other, so it's always skipping something. So it goes from 240 to 400 to 600, which I don't have cut or prepared. So I'm going to go from 400 to 800 to 1,000, which, it'd be ideal if I had in succession of the grits to keep going up and up and up. But I have what I have, and it is what it is. And it's never really given me a bad result either way. So let's get this thing set up. I'll get the belts out. I'm going to turn this thing this way. Get this thing situated. I better turn you this way, I think. Lock you in place here. I love this vise, man. It's been such a damn godsend here in the shop. I'll tilt it down a little bit, give myself a better angle. Yeah, so I'm glad I hope y'all are enjoying this kind of series, these multi-parts like this. I like to take you along on these little knife builds, show you my process, and it does take a while to make a knife. There's quite a bit of process to it, although probably really different than a lot of other knife makers out there you've probably seen online or whatever, but we're all different. We all do things differently. So, but the end result being is, when I'm done, it will be doing knife things. So that's basically the end goal, right? Is having it do knife things. So there's 240, there's 1,000, there's my 800, 400. Go time. And this is a good little quiet time. The machines are off, so they ain't running right now. So it's a good little downtime. Set you to the side for a second or two until I get ready to do the sharpening. When we get this done, we're going to sharpen this thing, test the blade out, see if it'll cut and do knife things. But let's do the hand sanding. Make this real quick. Starting with the 240. And these little belts I have here are the leftovers, little clippings from the other belt, from the belt grinder that I've had, the other grits that I've had, the old wore out ones. But they're still good for the hand sanding. I go all the way up, especially where I've cleared there. If y'all made yourselves some popcorn yet, don't click off. You made it this far, commit to the end. I never can predict how long this is actually going to take, because I do like to take my time and to make sure it's done right the first time. I haven't had any complaints about my knife making to any of my customers, and I want to keep it that way. I haven't had a complaint about quality or anything of that nature, and I want to keep it that way. And keep it that way. So I take my time with them. It's that mahogany. You can't really tell it now, but when we put the sealer on there, this wood really darkens up. You can really see the grain around these pins right here. I'll really make sure it's smooth. I'm on the 400 grit. During the build, y'all didn't hear that part, but I was out here just a little while ago. Kimberly came to me and told me dinner was ready, so definitely ready to get in there and get me a plate. I'm about hungry. I'll get this done first, because I can't stop the camera and come back and just pick up where I wish I could. One day I'll have the editing software to do this. If I can do that, I can record here and there. I can actually do full-length builds and not have them in multi-part series, you know. That would probably be nice. I appreciate everybody, though, that's been, like I said, interacting and subscribing and everything. And thank you so much. I'm on 800 grit now. There we go. Getting it done. We're just going to try to make sure she's smooth. Any little burrs of the wood and get them off. Getting them off there. On the handle. Make a smooth transition. I want it seamless between the metal and the wood.
Seamless. One more to go to 1,000 because it skips, like I said. So that's the time. There. Yeah. There we go. $1,000. Let's do it. This is some hard work. It's tedious work. But if you enjoy working with your hands, creating something, then I say try it out. Get into some knife making. I say don't push it to the point. You can try to sell them if you like, make them, do that. But don't push it to the point to where it's not fun anymore. Be the best thing I could tell you. Just do it. You know, it's still fun for you to do. It's not taking the enjoyment out of it. You push yourself too hard and starts feeling, like you're supposed to, like you're forcing it, like you have to do it and everything. It just kind of takes the fun out of it. Now I do have to do it. I have older, so I do have to finish out the commissions. But I'm not trying to treat it where you have to have this deadline here. You got to have that deadline there. Everybody I've got orders through are understanding about the fact that I am one person and this is a one-man shop, so it will take a little while. And these are handmade, so they're understanding to that fact. They know that I'm not going to sit here and just, drag my feet by any stretch of the means. But I'm not going to take it to the point to where it's not fun for me anymore, So I enjoy doing this and I want to keep it that way. So I pace myself when I'm doing this. Camera didn't shut off again, did it? Why did you shut off? Hello? What's going on?